start talking about country music and everyone go, country sucks, the stuff that I learned playing country I can turn into blues is unreal. Having those three guys, they're like brothers, right? We've done so many shows together. I think 2019 we did 58 shows in 1 year.
That's just in Ontario?
In Ontario, okay. Yeah. Ontario, Northern Ontario, Southern Ontario. We are heading, we're touring this summer, so we've got an East Coast tour and a West Ontario, West and Manitoba tour coming up.
Oh, really?
So,
wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, we're playing with the Reclaws in Winkler, Manitoba.
Okay.
In August, and we have so far I think we have Sault Ste. Marie, Thunder Bay, Brandon, and there's one other place where we're playing on the West Coast, west side of that tour. On the east side of the tour, we just confirmed Fredericton last night. Okay. And we're playing Truro, and we're playing
Nova Scotia.
In Nova Scotia, but the guy in Truro is the same guy that runs the festival in Truro.
Okay.
So it's kind of our tryout. If we do well with him, he'll hopefully have us next year for his festival.
Okay. You're going to St. John, New Brunswick?
Not St. John, but Fredericton.
Okay,
my family is in Bathurst, Lawville, Fredericton, Nigadoo, a whole bunch of places in New Brunswick, really small places.
Yeah, New Brunswick is a great place. I've been to St. John before. The reason I asked, it's great to party.
Oh, New Brunswick
is great party town.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And my family out there is supportive. Hi, family out there. I'm very fortunate to be connected with my family on my father's side now. To have roots, to have people support you, it's the best. And even friends too, and the guys in the band. I mean, it's all about love, kindness, respect, and support. You share each other's
ups and downs,
and I think, remaining calm and steady through all of it is what makes it work. Johnson's Creek is like that.
Okay.
Glenn is very calm. Mike, very calm. Me, not so much.
Well, I mean, you need a balance, right? You can't have everybody can't be calm. Somebody's got to be the how do you say it? The impetus to get the band to get things done. The doer.
I'm the A-type personality. Like, I do all the tracking for the stuff for Johnson's Creek now. Built a studio.
Just awesome studio.
Yeah, thank you. And so my part in it, even though I'm the lead guitar player or guitar player, I'm more into the creation of music, right?
Okay.
I just, there's nothing wrong with cover songs, and we play cover songs in our band.
I noticed you play Brothers Osborne.
Yeah, we play Brothers Osborne.
It's a great band. I love. I'm not a huge country fan. I know some, but Brothers Osborne is one of my
favorite ones.
Yeah,
rock,
favorite ones. Yeah.
And Brothers Osborne is what we want to do. That's the kind of stuff that we love. We want that edge to our music, right? We want a little on the rock side and less on the country side.
Okay.
Although country music has changed my guitar playing, if you're a rock guitar player and you want to put some feel and taste and sound into your playing, learn some country licks.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing what you can do with a blues lick and some major thirds. It's just it's beautiful. Right.
So, we play Telecaster. I see your Telecaster right here. Is that what you mostly play when you play with your band?
Yeah, with Johnson's Creek, I mostly play Telecasters. That one there is a custom one that was made by Paul Garrett for me.
Okay.
It looks 100 years old, but it's actually pretty new.
Oh, it's distressed on purpose then?
Yeah, it's a pine telly.
Okay. Which is not a common wood for any guitar.
No, and it was the first, I think when they made the first Telecaster was out of pine.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think luthiers are very particular about how they look at instruments, right? But
usually they use a harder wood because it's got more resonance.
Right. Yeah. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Telecasters.
Wow. Okay.
So they vary in quality and well, not quality, but in style, I guess. Like that one's a distressed one, looks old. Then I've got a butterscotch one, and I've got one made by Ron Thorne.
I'm just gonna swing the camera around so our viewers can see what we're talking about?
I can get it out for you.
Yeah. It's just down there on the floor.
I have a lot of different guitars too. Like I like playing slide.
Okay.
And so I have a resonator, a dobro and a resonator.
Oh, I remember one night we got together and you brought that over, the national guitar, they call it.
Yeah.
That's a really cool guitar. Not many people know how to play that.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's been fun to learn open tunings and stuff like that. I have a Strat. I have a PRS, couple of them. I have, Martin, Taylor. I've been blessed.
Okay.
I've been totally blessed. I think I have 14 guitars.
Wow. So how does your rock and roll background affect your country playing, and how does playing country now in a country band affect your rock playing?
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Like I was saying earlier, when I was playing rock, there was an approach that standard rock players play, right? Pentatonic, horizontal lines that move up and down the neck in single note fashion, which is great. And I mean, if you can play 16ths or 32nd notes or 64ths and pick super fast,
Amy Malmsteen.
Yeah, Amy Malmsteen, which I love to do. I love playing that stuff. But what I found was after a while, I found I was going in circles. There was only so much I could learn in that genre that wasn't pushing me forward in my knowledge.
Okay.
So that's why I picked up jazz. But country, wow. What it does to your blues playing is just miraculous. If you're a blues player and you were looking for that thing that's missing, play some country and then go back and play the blues.
I read a book not too long ago. It's called Out of the Delta. It's a very good book. It's it was basically, I bought it because I wanted to learn more about Robert Johnson. But what that book taught was about the blues country combination, because in the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s, blues and country were almost intertwined. They didn't have that distinction. The blues distinction was kind of invented by marketing people. So they used to almost be the same. And the idea that only black people play blues is totally wrong, because they didn't really see the difference. The black people mixed with the white people, and they were just musicians.
Right.
They didn't really care about where they came from or who they were or what color they were.
Well, that's what transcends music, right?
Yeah.
I honestly believe if you're a musician, you're the lover of a world, right? You love everything around you. All people, like even Indian music from India, like with their quarter tones and eighth tones and stuff like that, fascinates me.
All right.
So it doesn't matter where the music comes from. It doesn't matter your background. I think being a national language for everyone, no matter where you're from, transcends beyond color and race, and goes to the heart of people.
Well, for example, the Beatles in the late 60s, they started hanging out with Ravi Shankar, and then they started incorporated some of that Indian music into the Beatles, which was a bubblegum pop band to start off with, and they became very sophisticated towards the end. Towards the end of their career with Abbey Road and Let It Be and Revolver, the White Album, those are genius.
They are genius.
Yeah.
And they brought Billy Preston in. Was it Billy Preston?
Billy Preston was more with Rolling Stones.
With the Rolling Stones.
Sympathy for the Devil. Most of that is Billy Preston on the piano. That's what drives that song. That's what makes it such a great song.
But and then again, if you look at the Stones and the Beatles, their music is based off the roots of blues out of America, right? Even though it's British music, it's American Western music, right? And
in that book that I was telling you about, towards the end of the book, the last chapters were saying that it was the young white kids from Britain that brought the blues back, because the blues had kind of faded away. Nobody really thought about it.
That's
and then people like Keith Richards and Eric Clapton, Michael Bloomfield, they discovered these bands and they started imitating them. And the blues players of the time were actually thankful.
Well, I have an album collection upstairs, And I have a whole bunch of BBC recordings of Muddy Waters.
Yeah.
A whole bunch.
They were actually friends. Muddy Waters and a lot of these British bands became friends.
Oh yeah, because he was revered, right?
Yeah, and then they appreciated what those bands did to bring the blues back into the fore.
And then I discovered Doc Walker.
Okay, I'm not familiar with him.
Oh, here, I'll get a guitar and I'll play you a little something from it.
So you're telling me about Doc Walker.
Yeah, before I started playing country music and getting, I play, you know, basic, like whatever, right?
Right. That's what we all typically
That's what we all
learn.
play, right? Come on, baby, do you wanna go?
Sweet Home Chicago.
But then I started playing country. And all of a sudden, the things that I was missing from my blues playing were apparent to me, which they weren't before.
Okay.
And so I discovered somebody like Doc Walker, which, you know, let it rain, let it pour, come on, baby, and I'll love you some more, 'cause I got those deep river blues. Something like that.
Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, and you can see just the voicings of the chords.
I think that's the big difference between what we were talking about before, where the lead guitar player just sticks to playing notes,
Right.
like vomiting notes all over the place, whereas that kind of playing, you're mixing chord and notes, and then your lead kind of blends with the rhythm and the bass at the same time. And that, to me, that's maturity in guitar playing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a hard thing because I'm very self-critical about what I do and what I play.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are very open online and they put their stuff out there and they play in, you know, day after day. You know, they put on a show every week, and I revere those people. It's not something that I do because I'm so self-critical of everything that I do. And so when I see someone who is performing online and I think, oh, I should be doing that, I just freeze up and go, oh, well, you know, there are people already doing that. There's no need for me to do that, right?
Well, after listening to you play there, I think you should do it more often.
Oh, I think
you do your followers a favor by playing more music online.
well, and yeah, and I think that we need to do that. That's something I have to get over,
Okay.
right? I just go ahead and get out there and play a song. Right?
Sounds great.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome.
You know, thanks. Just a little bit of picking. There's nothing major.
So what's your songwriting process? Well, actually, I should ask. I'll back up a bit. In the band, are you mostly the songwriter? Who writes the music? Who writes the lyrics?
Glenn is the lyric guy.
Okay.
And Glenn is such a good lyricist that when I have a song idea and I write out lyrics, I give them to him and he just reforms them for me.
Okay.
I have a song right now. It's called Minnow on a Line. I've been working on. It goes, Minnow on a line and I don't care. Well, those fish just better beware. Well, I got a minnow on a line.
So that's I hear the blues influence. So I know you're a country band, but I definitely hear the blues influence in that.
Right, and I think that what comes out is what we are.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
A mixture of all different backgrounds.
I know that I see a lot of great pickers out there, and I go, oh my God, like, you know, they're so talented. Mm-hmm. And I sometimes feel embarrassed that, you know, maybe I'm not as up to par to those guys. But we have our own sound basically because of each of us and who we are and what we do. And it's just, I don't know how do you say that. It's honest, you know. Like I know that I got a lot of work to do on my country playing, but my job in the band is basically audio, and I write parts.
Okay.
So, you know, if Glenn comes to us with a new song, Mike, myself, and our drummer will go through that song and develop turnarounds, bridges, intros, and outros.
So it's a collaboration.
Collaborative thing, yeah. Then once that's done, they give the song. When we've got that done, I take the song and I sit with it until I find the parts that fit, the parts that work, or the parts that are honest.
Okay.
That's the one thing I enjoy the most about music, is tripping along the things that you wouldn't expect to find when you start.
So your singer puts the lyrics on top of the music afterwards, or do you?
Well,
ever
we
do
always
it?
do a bed track. Like today, we're actually tracking at noon today, and what we'll do is he's coming in with a song that we've already finished. I'll call it up on my program for you. It's called "Tell Me Something Good," and we have a demo of it.
Okay.
And we have a producer who's interested in it. His name is Michael Gillies. He's produced for Metallica and a whole bunch of really good acts.
Very good. Wow.
And he's interested in the song. It's taken us a long time to get to a new place with it because of COVID.
Well, COVID has screwed up the world for everything.
Well, everybody, tell me something good. Here we go.
So what do you makes a good guitar player? What do you consider a good guitar player?
Knowing when not to play.
Okay.
That's probably, and that's hard for me because I'm your typical guitar player, right? I
Right.
have verbal diarrhea. You know, everybody's got to hear me, right? And so learning how to let the space and let things breathe is the hardest thing. I think learning 4 notes and playing those 4 notes in the right spot is more important than learning 100 notes and playing them in the wrong spot.
Perfect. That sums it up for me as well.
When I teach music, I teach guitar and drums and a few other instruments. When I teach guitar mostly, though, I'm always amazed by what I learn from my students.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because everyone has their own language. Mm-hmm. It's like Santana, right? Santana's got that whole vibe about language and speech, right? Mm-hmm. And I express myself a certain way when I talk, and when I play guitar, I express myself a certain way, just like you.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't be you and you can't be me. And it's better to be honest and true to yourself and be yourself than it is to try to be someone else. I have never actually, you asked earlier, you know, have I had influences? I've had many influences and many types of music I listen to, but there's not one guitar player that I emulated. I think that may not be true. I think Eric Clapton was the first guitar player that I emulated.
Right.
And I think that was because I thought I could play his stuff.
Nobody can play Eric Clapton.
Well, I mean, I learned the whole Unplugged album.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Layla
and all that stuff. I learned all that stuff at one time. And all of his electric stuff. And then I went through high school and I played bass. Actually, I forgot about that. I played bass for a little while in high school with a group of people. And we did a lot of, what's his name? The Boss.
Okay. Oh, Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. Yeah. We played a lot of Bruce Springsteen in those days. But this is Tell Me Something Good. I'll turn it down, yeah. This is like, so this is a demo.
First time this week, I woke up late for work again. Another coffee stain, a brand new pain, my new best friend. Hitting every red light on the way.
And there was you could hear a door slamming in there. I don't know if you noticed that.
I thought I heard somebody walking upstairs.
No, that was on the recording,
Okay.
right? It's a demo.
I know, that drives me nuts too. It's when I try to make videos or songs, my own demos, something like that.
And this song isn't even out yet. Like, we haven't even...
Sounds great.
Second time this week, I got you.
I just gotta show a close-up of what your board looks like.
Sure. Ooh.
It's an amazing board. I love this setup. Just a small room and you managed to put a whole studio in.
'Cause I'm not that strong. Not enough to carry me from everything that's wrong. Tell me me something good. Something not that strong.
Oh, here. I think I threw up on this solo. Yeah, and that, I think, for me, that is the enjoyment.
First time this week, I made it out of work on time. That old driveway seemed a mountain I could barely climb. She softly
The
whispered,
things you can do with software these days.
Well, I mean, somebody said that to me the other day about the Beatles thing on TV. Everybody's watched that a couple of months ago. The story about Get Back, I think that's what it was called.
I know it's Peter Jackson that put together. I can't remember.
Yeah, the Peter Jackson thing.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, you know, the equipment that they had, that the Beatles recorded with, we've got better than that today. And in some respects, we do. Mm-hmm. When it comes to computers and capturing audio, of course we do.
Right.
But the microphones in that video, I would give my left arm to have any one of those microphones, right?